Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crusader Kriegstreet, the Normandy series here on the Lord Master channel. Britannia has expanded into Scotland without a fight, with a few small wars such as the Outer Hebrides and of course the conquest of Iceland, and that is all we will expand to the far north. But we still have to take one more bit of Britannia that's not yet under our control, and that's Cumberland, which at least they haven't made any attempts of introducing the French culture there. That's one thing. Which means that we will sooner or later fight against a massive war against France, excuse me, force a habit from the older days. And I thought about, ideas of other places to expand, and then, which is might as well be imperial ambitions at this point. And some of you are thinking, what are you trying to say? Because as far as, Connecticut's concerned, as well as, places to resupply our armies and such. Like if we were to, intervene in other people's conflicts, such as Serbia, due to our dynastic connections in Serbia. And I would love to move closer towards that direction in some way. Because I thought about this in a long term, that I would like to expand into Gascogne, because we know historically that England did hold parts of France there, particularly in Bordeaux. So, I thought about that. Oh, you might as well do that, where, you fight like they do war up there, and then that to take some parts of France off of it. And then we use that, thanks to its high development and a good supply limit. And well, quite far-fetched that we use that as a springboard for, travel down by road or even by sea. I mean, no, I have no plans to try to grab, like Gibraltar or something, as Britain still does today. So we just use it as a springboard to get closer to Armagnac, which is held by a member of our dynasty, my grandson. He's the new duke there. So I thought taking this territory so we could be linked closer together. And if I want to get closer to Serbia, there's only one other place I would like to conquer in order to guarantee, our safety to their grandson Roger. And I thought about Malta, because we know Malta was once British territory in real history, not in the medieval era, but much later, like 19th century, 20th century, that the British held there. It doesn't mean I want to get involved in the Sicilian struggle, of course. Although, as you look at this ruler here, I mean, currently in the Sicilian frontier, this ongoing struggle there that may go towards there. Though there is one struggle ending, because when I did that Sicily series, I went with Crossroads. Dominion, like there's Latin, Greek, Berber, and Newcomer. But it says, not Rice, not Sicily Latin world requirement. I don't know if they mean us English, us Germanic English, or even other far-fetched cultures such as the Iranian ones. Not there. That's part of my long-term plans of this century, but in the short term, grab Cumberland and Gascogne. Because we want to expand Britannic control there along the Garonne River Valley. And also be closer to my grandson. Just to say, hey, we're here to help you out in case something bad happens. And we use that to march on there before, off to the sea, then perhaps conquer Malta in order to have a place of resupply and to rally armies there. Then move into Serbia to intervene for the defense. Although you get my long-term plans. Not into the map painting idea, like I don't want to conquer kingdom after kingdom after kingdom, just only strategic regions of Britannic interests, including interests for our fellow dynasty members, such as, again, Serbia. As well as a bit of a springboard in place to resupply during future crusades. If anybody's ever do the damn, the damned crusade, but holding on. And if the Pope were to call the crusade again soon, there's only one other kingdom I would like to see it be called in: Hellas. So that way it's like just keep breaking the back of Byzantium, or even possibly Pannonia. But anyways, let's go with that idea. As I did some thinking in my head. Duchy of Gascogne. And that includes the counties you hold: Bordeaux, Albret, La Baude, and that vassal of yours, Marsan. And Cumberland too. Because you can press all claims. You can press multiple claims on another card in a single war for another character. And the digital cache as well, it just means, the whole damn thing. Like, it's not specific, like say, oh, digital claim for a county or for a duchy. No, they mean all. So that's gonna be my plan then. But first things first, I would like to go to the University of Cambridge. The university that I helped build. You're never too old to go to university for higher education. Let me check the vassals of the offensive war opinion. Offensive war, 13. Okay, there it is. Not terribly worried about it. And after that university visit, start a war against France. Because you gotta first take this, and then we'll... After that, then we'll go straight to Paris, which is pretty well fortified, but we can take it. But we're not going to hold that territory, as that's not a priority to us. We just wanted to expand, Britannic influence, as well as appointing members of my dynasty there, as well as having a closer link towards Malta by taking and holding it. so we can have a closer link to Serbia. I just wanted to stay close to, you know, for the dynasty. But for now, let's get educated. Here I am, finally at the gates of Cambridge, a renowned university seat. All knowledge collected inside these hollow halls, and scholars of repute from all over the world assemble in these same hallways to preserve and increase the true wealth of wisdom, and I'll soon be able to join them. Excuse me. Of course, major centers of culture are also active markets, and offer all distractions student could have desired. Time to get started. As I'm leading class after a deep, thought-inducing class by Randolph, my attention is drawn by the chaotic laughter and screaming from the outside. A vice group of students led by Reginald is approaching, all singing a vaunted song about their sexual escapades, and in quite detail, if I may say so. When they notice it, they chant, "Join us, join us." The frown on Randolph's face speaks volumes as thoughts of the whole matter. This is outrageous. A priest died, and we have a new patriarch who is stupid. Why can't we ever get good Rome priests? Cambridge is often a home of fervent debates among teachers and students alike. After a particularly enlightening lecture from our teacher Randolph, I find myself dragged into one such debate with another student, Reginald. "No, you're making no sense. You're completely misrepresenting the philosopher's point," I scream. "You're completely delusional," he fires back. If I roll my eyes, see Randolph is staring at us with a pensive look on his face. But as the master said, my in-depth studies in the Catholic doctrine at Cambridge have confronted me with so many new questions, not all of which seem to have clear-cut answers. Some even seem to have contradictory explanations. Is faith supposed to be completed by reason or not? Does faith only deal with the unseen or not? Can we know what is unseen or not? There must be meaning in my contradictions. 38% chance, massively more successful. 56% chance, much more successful. 4% chance, slightly more. Makes sense now. Massive success! Gained a book artifact for this. Let's go into the court. Teaching at Cambridge takes place in the most part in oral form. Students are encouraged to exercise their ethical prowess to show the progress of their learning and debates in front of their peers and teachers. Today, William asked me and Lionel to take up opposing sides on the topic of contributions in medicine by the Greek Galen and the Persian Razis to discuss it out. Let me begin from the scriptures, as everyone knows. Tier 3, never got that high before at this point of this playthrough. At least as far as my memory is concerned, as I rarely re-watch my older videos of this series. Students, we had an escaped speaker joining us today, my teacher Reginald exclaims. Let us welcome Bishop Zardu of East Anglia, the utmost authority on Catholic doctrine in Cambridgeshire. Greetings. Take it as surroundings. Today we explore the metaphysical conundrums, how it connects to the nature of God. There's the strange their backs and procure their quails. This is going to take a while. What? That's a radical thought. The ceremony was ushered out of the auditorium. Library's empty except for me and Lionel. I've been reading the same page in the Trotula over and over. It's of no use. I cannot concentrate. Now when he keeps gently biting the tip of his quill whilst softly running a finger across his shapely legs, she keeps looking at me directly in the eyes while doing it. I think we deserve a heartbreak, my Lionheart, he moans softly. Must focus on book. I'm an old woman. God, not left in me anymore. It's been such an amazing experience. When I left, I couldn't even imagine a number of wise men at the city of Cambridgeshire. Whatever their thinking, whatever their research, just being part of the same environment made me a much better person. If I newly gained knowledge, I could make my way home very satisfied. Knowledge is power. I was not able to increase the tier 5 to all this. Fine, Galen. An open manuscript containing all the medical wisdom of the ancient philosopher and physician Galen. The cover is velvet that's been embroidered to display a repeating image of mythological beasts. That got me to thinking. Those 2 books that I got. Fine Galen's the one I got. Now the traits. Fearful troops. Man-at-arms maintenance per dread. So since I have a very high amount of dread, it's doing much more reduced. Tributary taxes, house tax contribution, detailed ledgers, Republican rulers, and vassal tax contribution goes up. You know, screw it. Screw it. At least it's an attempt. I'm 80 years old and I'm an old woman. I want to start one last war soon before I die and all the claims goes away. We'll begin next year. And move your rally point closer to Cumberland. Like say up there. In Dunbar. We need to work on the resilience more, as we're well on our way. But I have a feeling that we'll only get Cumberland and Gascogne, or Bordeaux as the English just simply called it as a name of the duchy. I believe Thomas should be the one to take the initiative after he, gets the kingdom together and all that. He's the one that should be taking the initiative to, to take Malta from Byzantium, which would be an easy war. But in addition, that we can intervene in Serbian affairs, led by our dynasty member there. So the question I ask you is, defensive war opinion. Or it'll be one last war, and I will not do that again. We're fully reinforced, correct? Yes, ready for war. Military streets, fewer to ours. Sky and VIET. Won't matter much. Let's do it. Cumberland first, then. And then after that, go hit Paris, and then go down to Bordeaux. Got it? Until I start seeing the appearances of men-at-arms, then we'll get going. And we'll appoint the appropriate vassals once this is all said and done. Evreux is on the siege, and of course they deployed in Paris, which makes it easier for them to deploy. Oh no, that's just reinforcements. You know, I never really invested in much of defenses. But it'll take years for them. It'll take even more years if they try to take that. York is for myself. Saxion Pox. Sussex. Major. Oh, crud. Just when I was, well, I'm leading the army myself. Thomas. Why aren't you leading an army? Well, we're still assembling. I mean, once the men-at-arms are there up there, Thomas will be with me, and he will not get infected by that vile disease. Because smallpox is a killer. And at least I don't have to be there. So come on, hurry. Men-at-arms needs to be deployed, and soon. Because look at that! Look at that! If Thomas gets died by that disease before he can be deployed to the front line, Roderick is going to be the successor, and he gets all the things. That's what's going to happen. Even Paris is affected by it. And their troops are gonna get sick over it. Alright, men-at-arms deployed. Thomas! Thomas! There you are. You didn't contract sickness, have you? Doesn't appear so. Oh good, I'm the one with the siege weapon, so let's move out once we're fully gathered here. Intimate reckoning. Get rid of Brave and replace it with something else, or just keep it. I need every vantage I can get, so I'll say rubbish. I am what I am. I don't care what people say. So after we take Cumberland, take it to the sea, and then and I best not to take a risk of me contracting sickness and die early. And same for my son Thomas. And speaking of Thomas, another daughter for you. Emma. We're on our way. Matter of fact, I think it's best for you two to take it to the sea now and establish a foothold in Bordeaux. Avoid Paris entirely, because they're going to take their sweet time with this. They're still gathering their army, while we'll do the work here. As this is a fort level 10, which will take a bit of time, but I think we'll be good. John, what are you giving me? Flames pelt. Cat's named Flame. Okay. I'll accept it just to be nice. And since we have very good income and a large amount of money, be sure to hire mercenaries if needed. If you're feeling like we're a bit tied up here, so we need another army to assemble. There. Like many people in my realm, people in my realm have been praising Mayor Roger. Why they seem exemplary in that? It does the realm great service of his hard work, but it's such a establishment of his team, correct now. Also reflects well on me. Good job, Roger. Going to be a good vessel. I exit my tent, siege camp sprawls before me. A maze of tarps and wagons with hundreds of tents dotting the landscape. A sea of white canvas, its flags snap and flail in the rain-drenched wind. Everything is covered in a thick sheen, like grey damp, like a mud-laden lake. A low retainer approaches before the siege is ending. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge of camp. The barony of Courtiers. Courtiers stands before me. A charnel old house. Empty supply carts lay gutted and burning everywhere. Heraldry flies in tethers. Helms lay on their side, and horse plumes shake limp and sweat-soaked. Grieving widows wail amidst the scattered stones, the remnants of their homes. Spirit, imprison everybody you see. While looting the manor in the earldom of Cumberland, one of my soldiers discovered an ornate amulet. Since claiming it, he suffered terrible nightmares, and 3 of his companions have died in accidents. Troops now whisper that the amulet is cursed and demands destruction. My knight, Norman, holds the object at arm's length. My lady, superstitious or not, the men are terrified. The amulet appears valuable. What shall be done? Give it to the clergy to consecrate or neutralize. Move out. Army of Bordeaux. They assembled at Bordeaux instead of Paris. That'll take the time away. So we are on our way to Bordeaux now. They'll be there in 4 months, and we'll be here in 6 months. All you need is to establish a foothold in Bordeaux, and then we'll bring in the siege weapons, and then we'll work on our way there. So down here, it's a fort level 4. 3, 6, 4, 4. All this will be easy to take. It is affected by the Suxian pox. We won't be affected by it, as timing is everything these days. But then again, we were overdue for a major disease in England. But England, as a whole, Britannia, has yet to experience a natural disaster of untold proportions, unlike those in the European mainland. Oh, they got a lot more mangonels than usual. Now it's going to take a couple months now. If they want to take a run, good luck. That will slow them down a bit. Matter of fact, since you're in my domain, what I should have done is Royal Architect, Royal Architect, Royal Architect. God damn it, where are you? Fortify lands. Increase the fort level and a bit of that garrison size. I mean, it doesn't go into effect now, but of the ongoing siege, but it will certainly add to it. The fort level there. Okay, we've established a foothold here in Bordeaux. I'm sure they're gonna turn away after they take this. Solid blade. There's one of those negative artifacts, so get rid of that. Here I come. We lost Evreux, but we take it Bordeaux. I step out of my tent. The siege camp sprawls up before me. A jumble of tents, shelters, and stalls arranged higgledy-piggledy under a weeping sky. Standards and colors flap and snap in the wind. Leaning against bare rocks that rise from the earth, gulls circle above, calling to one another with shrill cries. Cut timbers laid stacked like a wall outside the tents. My low retainer approaches and forces here. My bodyguards head to the edge of the camp. The barony of Bordeaux stands before me, a decayed shell of its former self. I see ravaged, abandoned fields, starving cattle and deer picked almost clean. Bodies litter the field, black-veiled women scour among the scattered buildings, tossing supplies to a crude wagon. Spare it, because this is going to be our territory. We are able to capture a direct vassal of the enemy. So now just work your way down along the coastal counties. Don't engage with the enemy yet. If they want to take this, good luck. The fort level is much higher than usual. Spurred on positive relations in increased cultural exchange, the Slovene and English peoples have grown increasingly close over the years. Now individuals from these societies have begun to view themselves as not as one or the other, but as both. Simultaneously, a new Sloveno-English culture. Slovene traditions and forms of values form the backbone of this new culture, while various English attributes have been adapted and integrated to meet the needs of their new society. Whether out of skilled manipulation or genuine desire to lead a people in the new era, Queen Alice has positioned herself as the leader of this cultural awakening. See how this situation develops. Did not apply to the immediate Serbian culture, but it's formed up there. It's Cosmopolitan. They're West Germanic, but they speak Czech-Slovene language, Czechoslovak language. They have hill dwellers. That's suitable for Serbia. It's got plenty of hills. Castle keepers. Maritime mercantilism. I mean, after all, you have Sanagora. Brewing culture. Okay. Mountaineer ruralism. That's a, Czechoslovak trait of culture. So that would help them in Serbian lands that you're in, if you manage to spread the culture there. Chivalry, which comes from the English, and equitable, which comes from them up there. Just and honest is more common. More willing to send away, take and return hostages. Interesting. Interesting. Again, newly formed culture. Don't know if it'll spread into Serbian lands, but name that after yourself. Meanwhile, as the army marches on, today at a quarterly meeting with the vassals, something very unusual happened. Very heated argument between myself and none other than Duke Wolf of Mercia. To make things worse, the prick started to ridicule and patronize you under the guise of respect and deference. Incessant behavior, now I need to decide how I'll deal with this challenge as my gravitas is on the line. Turn everyone against him. Because I do have a bit of intrigue in me. Failure. Right. They're on their way to the sea. Yeah, you may want to hire mercenaries for the defense. Surprised they're not going for one. Unless they want to go for a capital. A crude, ramshackle city of canvas accord, flags flutter in a stiff northwestern breeze, a color stalked bright against the dune sky. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My lower term falls. The barony of Albrecht stands before me, a decayed shell of its former self. In the fields between, the empty carts dot charred mounds of dirt. Wooden wheels still bear traces of thick, wet blood. On the walls that still stand, blackened corpses line the battlements, bodies strewn about, limbs piled up in mounds. A man's brain and browed viscera lie sprawling in his crushed skull. Shocked survivors stumble along the cobbled streets, clad in dusty remains of dingy ships and tattered cloaks. Move up. Just go along the coast here. And then after that we'll take these two, areas that are further inland. Oh, what do you know? What a coincidence. The Earl of Cumberland is also the Earl of Again there. Huh. How coincidental. Skynet from Frisia. While the French are about to go to the sea, to who knows where. Probably to Cumberland to liberate it. As I said, you better get mercenaries for this. Get it ready. So be sure to open up your purses. Because I'm going to be hiring some. A haphazard city of canvas and timber and animal hides and mud and narrow paths winding through the huts and lean-tos. Planets snapped in the wind in places held by crooked trinums. Residue smoke and guttering flames light the scene of a flickering orange glow. The soldiers sitting around, holding tankards of meat, relax a small talk and camaraderie. Smoke from their fires drifts and fills the air, and the smell of food cooking on spits of the bonfire grows stronger. The barony of Bayonne stands before me, a canyon of shattered walls. In the fields between, empty carts dot the lanes, banded by panicked villagers, and stone houses stand darkened and looted, windows shattered, fires dangling like tattered tattered bandages, bodies strewn everywhere, shrieks of agony filled the air. A few grim, ragged men sit about idly waiting for death. Again, we're sparing everything because this is going to be English territory and it's going to be used as a place of assembly. I don't want to ruin its development. Mercenaries are so goddamn expensive these days. Even some may not be enough. Well, that's a funny name for swords for hire. The Greek Weasels, led by Captain Adrianos from Turkovista. The problem is that they're a bit autonomous, so I think it would be best for you to hire cheaper mercenaries in vain to attempt to fend them all off of what you may be up against. But just do anything to slow them down. Take that area. Next. And then after that, as I perceived my offensive horse, my vassals started to become more and more despondent regarding their support for the carnage I started. I reached a point where no more political maneuvering is enough to call the utter disgracement for the state of affairs. So it will be over soon. As if I needed to bring Alice to Serbia over here to deal with the matter. And so many dynasty members are spread out. That's it. Do not release. This is some rich guy. Rich guy. Only ransoming those who are, you know, pretty damn valuable. So that way, we will have enough money to hire the amount of mercenaries that we can necessarily throw at them in order to slow them down. That's the arrow, Cumberland. Do not release. And there's so many people we can demand payments with. Alice, how much do you have? Oh, you got enough. Give it to me. Immediately. Thank you. Only need that because we're going to be hiring mercenaries soon for the defense of God damn it, of Cumberland, knowing that they're coming up here. And we're gonna get as much money as we can. So we can meet them on the battlefield as we besiege another area. Where's their landing zone? Wigton. Could be landing in Wigton. Just give me the cheapest mercenaries you can find. I'm a footman. Next gun. This is piss poor quality that you got. But at least some commanders are more better than others. You've got equally poor fighters. We'll probably lose, but they're gonna have the hills. So I think it would be best for you is just try to defend up here. Make it your home turf. Slow them down while we work on down here. Chances are even. Recently disembarked, slightly in depth, river crossing, hills, defensive buildings, better army commander, more commander, trade, higher quality, more commander, it's kinda... It's hard to keep all these languages in my head. I keep forgetting which language I'm speaking. Just the other day I accidentally introduced myself using a confusing mixture of West Iranian and Anglic words. I didn't even realize I'd done so until I pointed out. Maybe I should simply let West Iranian slip from my mind. No! Work harder! Yeah, chances are even, although you're all gonna die for this, but at least slow them down. That's the idea here. A jumble of soggy tents and miserable men in grimy clothes, the cooking fires and smoke, flags hang limply in the rain-fogged air, whipped now and then by wind, shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My lord retainers approach the siege, and I gather my bodyguards head to the edge camp. The barony of my son stands before me, the slaughter pen. I see ravaged the banded fields, and starry cattle and deer picked almost clean. The barony of my son is soaked in blood, rivulets of it leading away from the many corpses sprawled like helpless animals in the muddy street. Grieving widows and orphaned children flee to our village, crying out, "Spare! Imprison everybody!" Okay, one more holding to take. We just gotta go around the river, as there's no other. And the only crossing is through there. Absurdly. Just gotta take the long way. Well, don't worry, I won't ruin your lands, grandson. Just gotta take one more aerial, then we gotta come back up to England. Make your stand. Captain Williams sits across here, having named an exorbitant price for his company's services. Your price is an insult, I declare voicely. I could hire 2 lesser companies for such coin. Williams' tone hardens. 2 lesser companies that would break a run. My fighters stand when others flee, Empress. Quality commands premium. You meet the mercenaries gaze directly, and loyalty deserves reward beyond mere gold. I have something few can match. An opportunity to serve a ruler worthy of your steel. The tension is palpable. There's no mere negotiation, but a battle of wills, and you refuse to yield ground for a sword for hire. My service offers purpose, not just coin squandered on vice. Successful negotiation. Alright, so we're able to get some money back, as he paid me some of that. Maybe I could hire a few more mercenaries just to slow those bastards down. But again, you're badly outnumbered and you're about to be destroyed. So it's best for you just to slow them down for a few days. You had massive advantage, but hey, at least you made a stand. Poor bastards. It's a minor battle that's been lost. They're about to take Cumberland back. Very well then. Gotta go back to England once we're done here. Unless they want to make them come down to Bordeaux, then we can definitely fight them back here. All it takes is one major decisive battle to defeat them. We don't want a long, drawn-out war. I never realized how forested the lands are down here. Our vigilance crushes their cunning. Our vigilance pays off in again. Tunnels are discovered and sealed. Spies captured and enemy raiding parties cut down. Men's confidence. No tricks of the defenders can halt our progress. My armies have regained 10% of their strength. Excellent. That'll keep us going. Got all the relevant objectives as the counties except for Cumberland. A haphazard collection of wagons, tents, and dwindling fires. Standards and cutters flap and snap in the wind, leaning against the bare rocks that rise from the earth. Gulls circle above, calling to one another with short cries. People bustle about, loading meals and checking supplies. The thin column of smoke climbs about the camp, and the smell of cooking fires fills the air. My loyal retainer approaches and forms a siege there. Gather my bodyguard to the camp. A barony of wagon stands for me. A shambles. A burnt shell. In the fields between, among the healed stumps of once foggy saplings, I see the dead, piled high, hellish and rotting. Sailor cottages lie in contorted heaps in the surrounding fields. Outside a few standing homes and barns, heaps of sworn wool and ransacked grain sacks attract swarms of vultures. Spare it one more time. Make them come over here, so split up. See if they want to come down and reclaim all this. Unless they'll continue their advance beyond it. But I fear they might do the latter. We'll resupply here, and then we gotta return to England. But time's a ticking. War scores in our favor as we took the most of the objectives that I have claims to. We just gotta resupply first before we get on moving. And you last longer because, you know, so then you're a logistica, which is good. Whereas I'm a campaign planner, which the trade increases each time you move towards a barony. You gain experience of leading an army while moving across the map. Good to know. The old Norman crown. I love that old... that's a lot. Love that old Norman crown. Tell you what. Head to York. If they intended to go up there. Because they're going to keep taking our baronies. You move up ahead of time. We'll catch up. In fact, we're well supplied. We'll be on our way to you now. Come on. Move up. Cat does send for sits across from you. Having named exorbitant price becomes prices and salt. This is the same text. Your worth is noted, but remember who commands here. Choose wisely. Successful negotiation. Just to keep us going. Again, time's on our side, but we need to beat him in a decisive battle so that we can guarantee victory. raise these guys again, but they are defeated militarily. %, and now it goes down to 65% because they keep capturing more. Hell, I think they're trying to leave. You could retake if you like. Wars, this war makes you feel so alive. Each day I crave for a battle flows through my veins. Let all crave its fear me. For a long time, my spy has been trying to capture an elusive spy. For long, she proved to be a shadow, that the only thing left hid long after Operation French. Finally, she committed a mistake that led to the contact of Connect. She discovers she's an agent, a relative of Emir Jean of the Courtiers Montiers. An arrest was made, and now it's up to me what to do with this impossible character. I would ski to convince the spy to cooperate. As a consequence of the current state of warfare in my realms embroidered into, I've passed a long time around all types of different martial characters, most of all my martial. In this time I may be able to, if I so choose, to experience the real intricacies of warfare and finding this possibility to increase my martial skill. The question that remains is after focusing on this, I want to bring penalty in other areas as well. Western martial world, while my learning decreased. We'll probably win. We're putting down a foothold here. Take any advantage you can get. And for God's sakes, come over here. Armored footmen. Bondi. Unfortunately, you guys don't do well. About to get caught here. Thanks to grave efforts by spies, the enemy spy confessed everything. As she revealed the info, we managed to capture the whole network. Of particular interest is the fact that my own Courtier was also spying for the Emir, thus betraying my personal trust in him. Praise your operation and execute on them. We're gonna need some mercenaries. Hire some new ones and raise the old ones. Get me these guys. And them too. Never hired so many mercenaries before. It'll be there in 12 days. Battle's about to begin in 2 days. So I need you guys over here to reinforce us, as we're likely going to get slaughtered if we're not careful. And reinforcements are not going to be there until another month. Which I doubt we can hold them for this long. The arrows escaped. Damn it. You got a high advantage. Pirate fleet supporting war. The advantage goes to him. Oh, big time. gonna get destroyed. Reinforcements arrived, but that's not enough. Knight just got wounded. Son of a beeswax. I've been imprisoned. Oh, this is humiliating. We were on the verge of winning and now I got captured. The same walls, the same routine, the same grove road. Every day is just like last. This prison eating me away. I will stand no longer. Attempt to escape. So it depends on your prowess, your traits, or whether you are in a dungeon. No bars will hold me. I smile as the guard tries to stop Leon. I've kept the discussion going for hours by now, and I dive into the topic of tax levels without relenting. As soon as he's nodding in his chair, then it's a simple thing to get the keys off of him. As it disappears at night, when I'm far away from it all, I tilt my head back and laugh. I'm free! Ha! No prison can hold me. Yeah, I must go back home. I've been wounded from battle, but I'm better now. I face the captain as practice up. Well-farmed, inspired mercenaries and soldiers watching. Is this how you normally negotiate contracts? The captain asked 3 times. I replied calmly. I don't haggle, Captain. I test those who would serve me. Lower your price to prove your worth with steel. He seems vigor. Bold approach, Empress. But if I best you, the price increases. And if I best you, I counter, you'll accept my terms without further complaint. The onlookers cheer as I clash again. This unorthodox negotiator settles turn through skill, not ink. The captain's eyes me with new respect for my willingness to engage directly. My service on this purpose, not just coin scorn on vice. Successful negotiation. Yeah, my war is over. You guys try to stop the French from leaving. Because they're trying to escape. Avenge me! Do you have the numbers? Unfortunately, they have the massive advantage again! Damn it! I'm healthy again. 3, 2, 1. Break off! God damn it! We can't seem to beat him on battle. They're gonna get away with it. Put me back in the game, coach. As some people would say. All together. This is the last chance. We need to win a decisive battle against to destroy their army and everything. Can't do this anymore. Now this is our turf. Now we have a massive advantage. Revenge. Oh my gosh. Now go liberate Durham for the war score. Oh my god. This is the most dramatic war I've had in this series yet. I was captured, then got escaped, then we thought when we lost the battle of Whitehaven here, and I'm like, oh no, everything's going bad. Going very bad. I'll just get up there. And and then we made a comeback. Comeback queen. I was about to say comeback queen. Comeback empress. Okay, we got divine right. We'll get men at arms in 16 months. Get me the trebuchets. That's what I want next. Because we're due for a replacement of the old siege weapons and bringing the new ones. There, French army destroyed. And we have won the war. We are on a back foot, but holy shiznit. Hold on, did I just see 700 on the networks? I wasn't keeping track of who sent support or aid to Greenland, but I think we're overdue for one now. We're back again here. The cacophony of tents and banners, smoke rising from the numerous cook fires. Flags and banners flying in a damp wind, bright colors mixing hopelessly in the grey rain. Smells of smoke and sweat and horse dung. The barony of Carlisle stands before me again. A wasteland of charred corpses unroll. In the fields between, nothing but skeletal trees offer any shade, and flaunt sand from broken carts and wagons litter the grounds. Vultures suckle overhead. Grieving widows wail and clutch each other. Spared in prison, everybody. 3 years of war. 3 years too long. But, God damn it! We got it all! That is my last war that I'll ever fight in this life. I believe this belongs to you. Yeah, that offensive war, as I said, no more wars. Malta is gonna be for my grandson, or son. Sorry to disappoint you so many times, but erect a statue of Michael. Since when? Ah, divine right innovation. We'll do that in a moment. I mean, let's see here. Because Bordeaux in that place down there. Well, I didn't include that, but Bordeaux will be owned by yeah, I think it makes sense at this point. Give Anne Bordeaux, the pretty kingdom of, so she can get ready to be familiarized with all this. It is part of Britannia, and we got another part down here, which is part of Britannia, that broke away from it. Oh, and that too. This is Low Enclave. You know, let the little enclave go. Never intended to grab that. Get out of here. It's part of Languedoc. I mean, it would be nice to bridge a gap, but Oh, damn it. You could be the spy master. You're way better than my card one. Mhm. Malta's gonna be for another ruler. Sardinia, Corsica has been on the offense lately. Also fighting a 3-year-long war. I mean, they did take Tunis, and now they want to go further. Taking advantage of the situation down there. I'm 83 years old and I'm feeling fine now as I've done some gardening. Just what I want. Gardening. Oh, they reconnected with Pannonia, so Pannonia will not break away anytime soon. Okay. Now look, as much as I would like to have Malta in this life, but it's a bit far-fetched. But at least you got a place to resupply now. As far as supply limits concerned, to go overland, and I mean we'll keep that little enclave there. Supply limit isn't great, but there's room for improvement. Now, let's support Greenland. They're doing excellent on the networks front. Now all we need is construct hunting stations. Send them up. And those prisoners of war that we have, does anybody want to be exiled to Greenland? Well, they're traveling to their location. These are all recently imprisoned, so please wait. Anybody bold? Ambitious? Aha! You there, good sir. Step right up. You're going to Greenland. To get the resilience up. 15. Good start. Meanwhile, erect the statue of Michael in Mont-Saint-Michel. Mont-Saint-Michel Abbey has been an important pilgrimage site for years. The Archangel Michael, long associated with the Abbey, is becoming increasingly more popular. Why don't we install a great statue of Michael in the Abbey so that the faithful have visible representation of him to worship there? 400 piety, 200 prestige. When taking the decision to go on a pilgrimage to Mont-Saint-Michel, instead of choosing between the modifiers representing Saint Albert, the Ventus, or the Archangel Michael, pilgrims will now choose between the more powerful modifiers representing Michael or the Virgin Mary. The decision to observe the procession of Saint Albert will now be limited to rulers of Aventus, as Saint Albert declines in importance. So that means those who hold that title there can now take that procession. So, for historical context, as a reminder for you people, in medieval times, Mont-Saint-Michel was a popular pilgrimage destination associated with the Archangel Michael. At first, the veneration of Michael was often done indirectly through Saint Albert, the Abbey's legendary 8th century founder. Albert was even more popular than Michael and had an annual procession in nearby Rennes, and that was said to have caused many miracles. Later on, pilgrims' focus shifted to Michael and the Virgin Mary rather than Albert. For example, King Philip IV of France donated a large golden statue to the abbey to render Michael more visible to all. The Reformation, later the French Revolution, led to the decline of pilgrimage's popularity. It's all because I got the divine right, rather than wait till late medieval. Their great abbey deserves no less. Take a drink. Golden statue of Saint Michael. Mont Saint Michael Abbey has been strongly associated with the Archangel Michael for centuries. For much of this time, Saint Albert, the founder of the site, has been used as a symbolic conduit for the power of the Archangel, among both locals and pilgrims. However, in recent years, Saint Michael has grown in popularity at the expense of the existing cult of Saint Albert. The only thing that is an archangel, it's just depending on how you pronounce it. Michael left no physical relics. Where would the faithful focus their worship on? A solution has been found, fortunately, thanks to the efforts of Empress Alice. She donated the abbey a great golden statue of the Archangel, one exceeding many similar statues in beauty and majesty. It is her hope that this will allow the abbey's patron to be visible to all, in a manner of spigot. What a glorious gift to the abbey. So that procession option is gone now, unless you are the direct ruler over there, which that'll be Earl Eustace, who is of our dynasty. Kind of makes me want to come down to Bordeaux. Pillars of Gascogne. Laid upon the highest point in the city overlooking the river and blessed by the sun, these pillars are as elegant as they are mysterious. Some say this might have been once part of the great palace belonging to Caesar Titus, but others say they rose from a rock long before the Romans ever came. Yeah, just wanted to bring control there. That's my idea. Superior Mounds and trained knights. Sea trial might be a little dangerous. Because rebellious knights at sea. Oh, that's actually due to the little modifier here. Oh yeah, I forgot. The London Bridge was constructed some time ago. I mean, I knew it was building it. It's just, hey, it's a point of interest now. Enjoy. So we're coming over there. They escaped from prison because I told the knights to come over here. Zero control. Bertha Brothel, pleasure quarters. A jovial gathering place where nobles indulge in simple pleasures, enjoying hearty food, lively music, and camaraderie. What the heck? Things will get better down there. And that's what I'm coming down there for. I'm here to inspect Bordeaux. You keep it. Another fine weapon. Are all these prisoners arrived? No, they're still on their way. Until everybody's present, we'll send one of them to exile. Man overboard. Jure. Save that man. He's one of the good ones. Aid arrives at Greenland. Excellent. Decreased by 38 and increased by 2 for the networks. Alright, we're well on our way. I'm just excited for Greenland's future. That I hope future generations will take good care of it. That's a quick thinking there, Thomas. Yeah, you guys. Oh. Successful negotiation. The cross conundrum. As I travel through the hilly terrain of Poitou, I come across a group of artists working on a large, intricately designed Compatibility cross. The sight of the mysterious artifact sparks a debate among my party members, with some believing to be a symbol of protection, while others argue has a more sinister purpose. The local artisan, Roger, explains that the true purpose of these crosses have been lost to time, but they continue to be crafted out of tradition and respect for the region's history. Coman suggests that engaging in the discussion could provide valuable insights, while Chozai fears that it may lead to confusion and disagreement. Join the debate and seek the truth. My knowledge helps uncover valuable insights about the Britannic cross and its history. Must make haste. I need to get over there fast. Here we are. Just doing it for Duchess Anne, my granddaughter. The genius granddaughter. After all, you're the first one. Come on. Okay. Strictly prisoners. You want to go to Greenland? No honor. Hey, you might be doable. You know, just to make sure, allow me to send you give you an artifact for a little bit of that opinion increase. Okay, this was meant long ago. This I could give you. To take it with you to your travels. Just need a bit of that opinion increase. But keep looking. 10. Prize armor. Over 100 years ago. Here. Get the resilience up a bit. A 5. Anybody that wants to be ransomed will be ransomed. Stay a few more days just here in. It's been a long time since I've become ill, but remember, I'm more vulnerable to illness. I mean, if I die being ill, well, at least I'll be happy and content with everything that I've accomplished over the years. I'm not here to expand my borders. I am here to improve the bureaucracy here in Bordeaux. All good. Ah, yes, we've seen this about many times. You have a claim to Empire Britannia? You must be mad. Thomas, you got yourself a challenger whenever you are crowned emperor. You need to improve the control here. Levy the citizens. 95% is the max. Well done. There, had to help you out to get your, rules started. I'll be on my way back. He just died. Guess Beatrice just killed Jose, who was one of my bodyguards. Guards, imprison her. You may want to get a new bodyguard. Quick! Remember, Thomas gets all the titles. So, it would be most wise for... Well, for now, I think you should invest... it's like, yeah, your military is strong enough, but... the economy will not be as strong as it once was, so I think it would be wise to invest on economic buildings more. At this time. Especially down here. And yeah, a little bit of military investment as well. That also means when I pass, some of the counties are going to be given away. Looking at you, Oxford. We have more sales. Yeah, I'm a good negotiator. I'm 84 years old and I'm feeling poor. I mean, I never, really planned on living up to 100. Because Stephanie was blessed. I had a troubling start, but I gotta say that my role will end excellently. It's almost majority Chevite. And let me help you out with this, so you can have more buildings to build on that upgrade of yours. Yep, go chat to him. Nomadic realm. As I further delve into my studies, the more apparent link between mind and body become. Too much worry can make you sick, and mine is no stranger than its vessel. My wise friend Lord John journals about his worries, and eases his mind. I also read about the benefits of the vigorous movement to soothe frayed nerves. I'd go for a run. I do not feel relaxed, but I do get stronger. Useless. I was hoping to get athletic for a small health boost, but no. Can't live forever. Noted. I'll be more resilient the next time I get sick, but since I'm in poor health, that will not do as much. Just invest on economic buildings more so you can have a bit of a tax increase so you can maintain yourself during an event of a crisis. Always prepare for the worst. Ah, I was about to say, what do you mean, Comrade from Gascogne? Oh, it's just Duchess Zen's personal decision. Isabel, same name. You're blessed to have many children, Thomas. And they all happen to be daughters. Let's see, Anne, Matilda, Emma, Joan. Hear that? Greatland's future is bright, and I'm the one that's making it happen. Good overall. I saw that shit. Somebody introduced a new faith. No, Men-at-Arms Innovation. Found it. Which means we can now further expand on our existing ones. Especially the ever so dedicated veterans. So hopefully in future conflicts against wars like France that we do not repeat the same, terrible battle that we had that nearly lost the war. Because I felt like we don't have enough men-at-arms, but since we can further expand that now, this means we can invest a lot more, but I don't want to expand more until we have a lot more tax income to all the holdings that I have. So that's why I'm spending my remaining years a bit more economic focused. Because I am hoping that, just holding on to hope that we can get a lot more out of it. Wouldn't worry about that too much. One call. Just looking at the offensive war opinion over there. You know what? Do that for once, because of all the holdings I hold, including here, like after I'm gone, these will still be around. So focus on improving a lot of my peasants. Do that for once. We'll keep the popular opinion up and control in case of a times of crisis due to a, a change of succession. That's what I mean by that. Invest, invest, invest. Oh, hunt? You know I don't typically go hunting. You know what? It's fine. I'll be there. I'm going hunting in Ireland for once. Getting into the great outdoors. You're never too old to go hunting. And now they calls me Wayfarer. Tries more than the means to an end for Alice, disappearing for days at a time, and she'll always return to tell fantastical tales of faraway places, tall mountains, dark caves, or deep forests. She's traveled the world, you know. So it makes sense to call her Wayfarer. Look, our local captain, if he resolves scraping his montage into the military camps of the West Riding. As he wanders off, he quickly dismount and follow him through the latest siege equipment. I nod, appreciating the organized chaos I'm observing. Now, what would your majesty want to do next? Okay, looks expectantly. What was that contraption? Count Bernard Sir converted culture to what? French to Occitanian. Okay. What kind of hunt is it? The regular hunt, not the falconry? A crusade for Valencia. Yeah, we'll be there. I don't know about leading it myself. No. Who are these worthless bumps outside the family? Oh, you got the blind one. And there's Humbert, who's not due to inherit anything, but frail. And there's Anna, who is of some... You're not expected to inherit anything. At least you have children of your own. Put you there. It's against the Zayats, which there aren't that many. Valencia. as part of Al-Andalus. Well, that's a small one. Although fortunately we do have a place to assemble, which we don't have to travel far from here when that time comes. It'll be an odd-looking kingdom when that day comes. But as I said, yeah, I'll be there. Recently, the council meeting was pressed by everyone to follow up on a promise I've raised a long time ago about allowing my vassals to retain a large number of my due vassal levies, as well as financing a minor development projects in their lands. It's clear to me that my vassals have been lobbying hard my councils regarding this proposal. I would not be surprised if gold was involved to increase my council's willingness to pursue this issue. As things stand, I'd have a definite answer regarding this matter in the next few days. Use my dread to cow everyone into submission. Success. Once I made veiled threats, if everybody fell in line, I created a minor amount of tyranny. One last tyranny. As I traversed the wetlands of Ulster, my party stumbles on a treacherous marsh. The ground beneath my horse's hooves begins to give way, threatening to swallow them whole. Tatra, my travel leader, warns that the marshy terrain is infamous for trapping unsuspecting travelers in their mounds, potentially costing your horses and your supplies. Richard, the most learned member of the party, suggested maybe a safer path around the marsh. However, Cosmopolitan proposes a more risky strategy, using logs to create a makeshift bridge across the marsh. Create a makeshift bridge using logs. My party successfully across the marsh using a makeshift bridge. Converted from English to French. You traitor. Listen, I lived a long life, okay? If I get ill, I'll get ill. I just want to go to the damn hunt. Even if we all suck at our job. You know what, for the funnies, seduce somebody. King of Scotland. He and I are having a bit of an issue lately, but maybe I can, forget about befriending. Just, how about you want to have a little time before I leave this fine earth? Bruges is the place to be. Kind of symbols the party as the sun rises over the camp in their valleys, village. Yeah, if they're piecing together information from few local gamekeepers, there's some talk about the tracks and fumes nearby. A stout buck is definitely near it. The conditions could hardly be better for hunting it. Ultimately, Duchess Constance decided to want to hunt the stag today. The stag, you say? His wife, Queen Dengasfari. King Senval. Just a fine day for it. Just you enjoy yourself. Open nonchalantly. I said it smiles more than just polite. He's 34, and then here's me, 85. He's a bold ravener. I would rather be doing something useful, of course. Appeal to his diligent side. So, what do you think? Huh? He sees her actor warned in my gamut. Clearly surprised to have found a conspiracy. Relieves the tensions followable with every pleasantry. I know I would find the right words to win him over. I think he's on the hook. The It's a lovely day for a hunt, which means just a nice day to be outside. As I fill my lungs with the fresh air of the wilderness, I spotted this so I can only be a gift from or nature's dedication to Jesus. So many useful herbs and beautiful flowers, both for feeling malicious intents. But I'm here to hunt. Picking roses may be raised some eyebrows. Hi, what's that over there? I took that flower. He fell the oldest trick in the book, because I still got that intrigued nature in me. My acquaintance is first to spot its branching antlers. The flighty buck is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there, observing us through the tall grass. Duchess Constance takes off at the base, crying, "Come, it's getting away. Let's go." Bold of you. Charlemagne's reburial. Since his passing, Charlemagne has been entombed in the Palati Chapel in the Athens Cathedral. Some felt this was too humble an arrangement for such a famous and accomplished figure. Duke Garage, the same man who repaired the bridge, had thus just ordered Charlemagne to be reburied in the main part of the cathedral. In a lavish ceremony, he was reburied there in a majestic sarcophagus. For many years, locals have regarded Charlemagne as a saint, though the church has not officially canonized him, and has indicated it has no attention to him. Still, because he now has his truly splendid resting place, it will surely attract more pilgrims to Acton to pay their respects to him, whether they believe he's truly a saint or not. Clearly, Charlemagne's legacy still reverberates in many. Emperor Karl the Great of the Holy Roman Empire, or in this case, the Carolingian Empire. For House Carling is still around today and is legendary. Vigilance under a pious king. Him. A pilgrimage saga can now be undertaken by any Christian ruler in France, Germany, and the Low Countries, even if they do not own territory in Ireland. Additionally, it will provide a larger piety bonus. But since I live in England, I don't think it matters, does it? No, unless you move your capital to Greater Normandy, or in Bruges, then. No wonder. And would you look at that? It's a member of a House de Normandy that did it. De Normandy from, like, what line do you belong to? This from, guys. Like, where, like, who was the originator? Millicent. The line of Jordan, the Marquess of Normandy, who is the father of my great-grandmother, Stephanie the Conqueror. Amazing. He restored the line of Jordan to Millicent. And then now, today, the same man who repaired the bridge has now, reburied Charlemagne here. Shrine of Holy Relics in addition as well. And now a resting place inside this here cathedral. Amazing. Commission a bust of Charlemagne. That's up to him if he wants to. He holds the county. Your predecessor took the decision to exhume and rebury the remains in the more fitting parts. That's one of the requirements. This is all due to a level of splendor. I mean, I can't do that. So, how much money do you have? Oh, enough. And he can make it happen whenever he has time to. You're doing God's work. The exhausted panic now returned to bay, struggling to stand its normal panic. Duchess Constance helps the sphere, cautiously moves towards the exhausted animal. As Duchess Constance plunges her blade into it, the beast catches her with a buck. She is pulled away as it snorts its death throes. Quick, she needs help. She's been severely injured. And is also possessed. Guess they tried a treatment on her, a mystical treatment, and it made her possessed. I think that's probably what happened. Because she wasn't possessed when I saw her. Now on my way home. And we'll end the episode from there. For now on, don't spend anything. Compliment. Poem. Just to get you on my side. Okay? Sent to Hayden, the son of Nain, led us to the renowned stables of Bolton. Stablemaster, a well-respected figure in the sweet Greaseone. Welcome, your prince. My horses are among the swiftest there is. Would you consider purchasing such a noble companion for your travels? Show me your swiftest horse. Oh, dear God, such children. As I walk through the wood, I've had a good pace, enjoying my peaceful events. From the corner of my eye, I'm sure a glimpse of sharper tucks of a loud squeal confirms it. A boar! A black beast charges on the track, its great trotters kicking up dirt, flanked by poplar trees. Quickly blocks our way towards London. Just look at those tusks. I'm 85 years old and I've always been brave. Step aside, I'll handle this. That's how she wanted to go. Oh boy. Empress Alice of Britannic has found peace in Christ's embrace at 85 years of age. She was gored on a boar's tusks. A zealous woman. She fought for the glory of God against the infidels in one of the greatest holy wars in recent history. Hey, what a way to go out for Empress Alice, so we applaud her. In other words, like, hell yeah, you've done it. So, just shy of 2 months towards her 86th birthday, she ruled for 74 years, from 1066 to 1140. Hell of a run. And remember, she was 12 years old when her reign began. And boy, she survived a crisis. And then her personality changes over the years. We thought she was going to bring England into disaster, but no, she survived disaster after disaster until made Britannia united 100%. Greater Normandy retained, and even expanded up to Iceland and Bordeaux. And now she left behind plans that may be implemented in future generations, such as the taking of Malta, which will be under Thomas's rule, which he'll have to follow, which he'll follow up on that promise. But still, she was the culture head of the English. She was dreaded. She was a legendary figure, a religious icon. She was an architect, inspector, scholar, overseer, administrator, and wayfarer. She loved to travel, but damn, she was one of the most ruthless rulers in the entirety of Western Europe. Everybody feared her damn name. And any assassination attempts were thwarted before they could even be ever taken in action or even considered. She was unkillable. But there was one thing on Earth that could kill her, and that's by nature. And that's what the board did her in. She fought in 10 wars, 7 offensive wars, 1 defensive war, and 1 offensive Great Holy Wars, Crusades if you will. 8 inspections, 4 universities, 2 visits to a holy well, 2 coordinations, pilgrimage to Kilpatrick, a funeral, a hike, a pilgrimage to Jerusalem, meet the peers, a grand tour, a grand wedding, and attended 3 coordinations and a hunt, which turned out to be her last. Woo! Again, maybe remind you of the lineage. I mean, matter of fact, she could have lived, if it weren't for that boar, she might have lived a few more years and ruled just as long as Stephanie did. Even though Alice did say to herself that she wouldn't want to be the next Stephanie, but I think in a way she probably achieved that. Where she probably, arguably, accomplished more than Stephanie ever could. Because Stephanie too was a legendary figure. But she was never of, you know, of the many talents of these different lifestyles. So because unlike Stephanie, Alice traveled the world and seen things, lots of things, and took England to greater heights, and now is an empire of Britannia. And now Emperor Thomas ascends the throne, blessed of awesome knowledge of all things between heaven and earth. Thomas's rule is sure to be legendary. I doubt it, because he's 46 years old, and his reign will be shorter than some of his past predecessors, as we look at that lineage again. I mean, he'll probably rule as long as George if he plays his cards right. Certainly not end up like William. I doubt he'll live up to his 80s, but he has what it takes. With the passing of my mother, Empress Alice, the responsibility to lead a vast empire now falls upon my shoulders. I stand before my vassals, adjust my new crown, and run a hand through my hair. All the things I will accomplish. Long live the Emperor! God save the Emperor! As I am right here in Middlesex. Could have sworn I thought we relieved that flood. Strange. But anyways, we'll end the episode on that note, because he's got one wandering lifestyle. Seems gone towards that way. But of course, this is a much more preferable one. So, again, Thomas is one of intrigue. And he's a known seducer. I mean, by all rights, he should ditch his wife, but he's got enough genius children to have around. The only thing he has to watch out for now is his vassals. Some will respect him, others do not. Does not endorse, but he endorses. I don't know what you're talking about, but nevertheless. If I were to fabricate a claim anywhere, remember Malta, that possible idea of getting this 7 years it may take. Gotta follow up that promise. And would you look at that? Almanac. Roderick, you're now the holder of Wales, and Almanacs now belong to us. Get back here, will you? So we moved closer towards that. And what of Serbia? A great tsunami of Arbaton. So there was a earthquake in the Adriatic and it caused a tsunami to hit there and in Lizette as well. It didn't affect Dukla though. Corsica has managed to destroy this kingdom there, leaving a bunch of little emirates and sheikdoms in Sicily. So we don't have to worry about North African incursions. But for now, in the next episode, we gotta sort out these holdings. And due to my plans of taking Malta, I would like to hold it for myself. So there's going to be some territories to be given away, particularly York and Oxford. So, we hope you people will join us this next episode as the reign of Emperor Thomas will begin. Hopefully he'll have enough money for coordination, great funeral and all that. So we shall see. Until then, so long for now.